Okay, so when we're talking about alignment, a very important and probably the most important component is the relationship with the head and neck. Believe it or not, how your alignment affects your body and how you run is dictated by this relationship of your head and neck. If the head is pulled back into the spine and down, your brain knows that your spine doesn't have its integrity, doesn't have its strength, so shoulders will start to raise, joints will start to pull in to hold yourself together. If the head and neck relationship is in a nice spot, joints will release, the spine will have its integrity, and you'll have a nice length. So how to do this is to sense that your head, rather than being back and down, that it's forward and up through the crown, okay? A lot of times when we get tired, the head wants to pull back, the chin starts to stick out, and this is what happens. We get all pulled into ourselves. So we need to keep everything open and released, which means the head going forward and up through the crown, okay? Once that has been established, then you can start going down through the rest of the body. So we want, if you get to the next set of joints, we want the shoulders to be slightly forward, not hunched, just slightly forward. The next set of joints would be your hip joints. We don't want the hips to be forward and locked, which is what a lot of people do when they're standing or running. We need to have the hips slightly released, okay? Imagine the feeling you have just about to squat, when you're just about to squat or sit. Though that's a released hip, okay? And that's a tough one to get, but if with practice we can work through that and make sure that that's happening. The next set of joints would be your knee joints. People tend to lock their knees when they're standing, or when you're running, people tend to push the knee out. We want to keep the knee absolutely released at all times, okay? So that's not a bent knee, and it's not a locked knee, but a soft knee, okay? The next thing to look at is your feet. If the weight on your feet is too far back on the heel, too far forward on the forefoot, you're not going to have balanced muscles on the front and back of your body. We're looking for balance and alignment here. So you've got to always be checking, where have I rooted the weight in my foot? Where is that weight? And what we're looking for is the weight to be rooted in the mid of your foot. Okay, so once again, let's just go down the list and check the points that we need to check on. So once again, it's your head and neck relationship, head forward and up, shoulders slightly forward, hips slightly back, knees released and soft, and that the weight is distributed on the mid of your foot. This would be a very nice alignment for standing, which in turn will move into what would be a good running alignment.